This U200 skit video is based on the social issue of violence against women. The actors for this video are Lena, she will be playing the role of Jessica, Bruce's wife, Kaltamat as Bruce, Jessica's husband, Julie will be the employee one, Mrs. William, Maki will be playing the role of security and prosecutor, Irene will be acting as Dr. Perry and the court judge and the narrator as well. Michelle will be playing the role of Mr. Walter, the director and police officer. And Grace will be our second employee, Mrs. Abel. The role of women in the Pacific is evolving. They are taking up leadership roles in many public and private sector companies. Some of these women are suffering silently from verbal and physical abuse at home. This is Jessica's story. She is 2 months pregnant. She is putting in the late hours to get promoted at work. She is the main breadwinner in her family. Her husband is a stubborn, hot-tempered, jealous person. This skit is based not only on a story but on a reality of violence many women face in the Pacific.
Okay, good night, you guys. See you all tomorrow.
Good night. What kind of meeting ends at 6 p.m.? Who are you working with this late?
Sorry, we were doing last-minute things that we need to complete on our agenda.
I'm sick and tired of this all silly excuse of yours. You only have yourself to blame.
Is it okay for us to stay a bit longer to finish all the invoices?
Oh, good, sure, why not? Yes, we need to finish this. Boss, can we go and get something to eat?
Okay, sure. Please bring something for all of us.
What's the point of having a phone? I called you several times, but you didn't answer.
Hey, what are you doing? Let her go! Hey, there's a problem, come.
Is everyone okay? Call the police.
Bruce was arrested by the police that night and taken into custody.
This is police brutality. You can't do this to me. I did nothing wrong.
Sir, keep moving, keep moving.
Officer, please, let me speak to your captain. This is my customary right. I have to beat her to teach her. Put yourself in my shoes.
Shut up. Keep moving.
Please, officer, I made a mistake. Please, just talk to your captain to see if I can see him.
You are a bit late for dinner, so you will only get out for breakfast tomorrow. Have a nice evening.
Bruce is resisting the police and thinks it's his customary right to teach his wife however he pleases for not listening and doing what he wants.
I'm truly sorry. It appears that you have lost the baby.
No.
You may be seated. I have read the sentencing submission and understand the defense has pleaded guilty to both counts. Count 1, intentional assault, contrary to Section 107 of the Penal Code. Count 2, killing an unborn child, contrary to Section 113 of the Penal Code Act. As the accused has entered a guilty plea, the court will now hear the summary of the agreed facts. Prosecution.
Your Honor, the facts of the case are as follows. On the 4th of May at 6 p.m., the defendant, Mr. Bruce, entered the place of work of the victim, his wife, Mrs. Jessica. The defendant shouted at the victim and took the victim's phone, smashed it on the floor, breaking her phone. The defendant then proceeded to slap the victim. That was witnessed by the director, Mr. Jackson. The director, Mr. Jackson, shouted at the defendant to stop, but to no avail. One of the victim's colleagues then proceeded to call the security guard. The security guard arrived at the scene a few minutes later and knocked the defendant with a security button. Mrs. Williams then called the police. The defendant was later arrested that night and charged with count 1, intentional assault contrary to Section 107 of the Penal Code Act. On 5th of May, the victim went to the doctor and was informed by Dr. Berry that she has lost the baby, that the assault has caused a miscarriage. Dr. Berry has submitted a medical report testifying that based on her medical expertise, the assault of the 4th of May has caused the miscarriage of Mrs. Jessica. The prosecution then charged Mr. Bruce with the additional count 2, killing an unborn child, contrary to Section 113 of the Penal Code Act. That concludes the summary of the facts, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. This is a rare case where an assault resulted in an innocent life being lost as a consequence. The judge has considered the submissions from both the prosecution and the defense. The starting point was 14 years imprisonment at the additional aggravating factors that are: firstly, severity of the assault. The defendant repeatedly slapped and kicked the victim, causing her to fall and cry out in pain, and went as far as causing her to lose her baby. Secondly, public and workplace setting. The assault took place in a public environment, specifically the victim's place of work, causing public humiliation and damage to her reputation. Thirdly, presence of witnesses. The assault was witnessed by multiple people, including the victim's director and colleagues, increasing the emotional harm and embarrassment suffered by the victim. Fourth, power imbalance and betrayal of trust. The victim was defendant's wife, which makes the offense a serious breach of trust and marital duty. A total of 18 years, 4 years in addition to the 14 years. However, the court also considers the mitigating factors. The mitigating factors: firstly, the defendant has pleaded guilty, shown remorse. The defendant is a first-time offender with no prior record. Third, lastly, no weapon was used during the incident. I take those mitigating factors to account, removing 2 years from the years of sentencing. Defendant, please rise to receive your sentencing. The court is hereby sentencing you, Mr. Bruce, to 16 years imprisonment on count 1, intentional assault, contrary to Section 107 of the Penal Code Act. Count 2, killing an unborn child, contrary to 113 of the Penal Code Act. The court is dismissed.
Bruce faced the consequences for his actions. He was sentenced to 16 years in prison for intentional assault in the unintentional killing of his unborn child. Jessica received a promotion at work and became a strong advocate for violence against women. The Vanuatu National Survey on Women's Life and Family Relationships found that 70% of women experience emotional violence. 1 in 3 women experiences physical violence in her lifetime. Let us work together to stand up against violence done to women around the world.